welcome back to the farm on a threatening Memorial Day. I am using the day as best I can to get some work done here on the farm. Like I said, the skies are very threatening. In fact, my town has had to cancel their Memorial Day parade this afternoon just because of the threats of thunderstorm. They're supposed to start about noon, but I'm not holding out any hope that it's not going to start sooner than that. So we're going to get as much done as we can today. I just got the cucumber bed composted. Now I want to get at least one, if not two, paths mulched. So I've got to bring cardboard up from the basement for that and then haul the compost. I put the chair out here so I stop going in the house, because I find when I go into the house I get distracted by other things and don't get back out here. So, good morning, Miss Molly. And Mr. Gimli is right over there. They're getting used to the idea that they get to go outside. They haven't figured out how to get back in the house yet. I think I mentioned that. They still haven't figured it out, but they're very happy to be outside and exploring. So, yeah, I'm running out of cardboard, and the vegetable garden has to be the first priority. So I'm gonna lay cardboard in the paths that I want to do today. If I have time, I'll cardboard more than that, but because it's going to rain, I don't want to put more cardboard down than I'm actually going to be able to cover today, just because it'll rot too fast. And if I run out of cardboard, I found this product at Lowe's yesterday called Ram Board, which I'm sure some of you have heard of before. It's like builder's paper, only it's like 1/8 of an inch thick. So I think even if I have to put 2 layers down, even if I have to put 2 layers down on those beds, because they're rectangular beds, it's gonna cover more evenly, and it's not that expensive, so I'll get some of that. So I'm gonna work on the garden as long as I can, and then we'll go do indoor projects. My brain tells me that I really should get compost on those couple of beds. My body is telling me, you have moved enough compost and mulch today, you're done. Which is fair. It's a little after 10, and I've been working since 7:30, so 2.5 hours is pretty good for heavy work. And the thunderstorms are supposed to start between 1 and 2. I've been checking the forecast, and it's not looking promising. So I think I'm mostly done with outdoor work for today, except I've got 2 plants I want to get in the ground. So over the weekend, you'll remember, I found Pineview Gardens over up in the northern part of the county, and I got 2 different blueberry bushes. I got a Patriot and a Jersey, and I don't want to leave them out of the ground too long because you know how bad I've been about getting trees planted. But I've got a little time and just enough energy left, so I've got cardboard, I've got compost, I've got mulch, and I've got ashes from the fireplace. Blueberries like acid soil. I have not done soil testing yet, and certainly not out here in the grass, but it can't hurt to add, especially since the blueberries do like it higher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a scoopful of the ashes in the bottom of the hole, and then I'm going to put some on under the compost, and then put the mulch on top of the compost. So, and don't forget cardboard. So, ashes, plant, I'll put a little compost in, ashes, cardboard, compost, mulch. All right? So, and Molly's come out to help. And that takes care of that. Whew. The weather hasn't kicked in yet. In fact, looking at it, you'd think there's nothing gonna happen today, and maybe there won't, but I'm gonna get these garden tools put away, and then we're gonna start on the inside job, because that's got to get done today whether it rains or not. Well, the rain came along just as expected, but no thunderstorms yet. We'll see how quickly I have to eat those words. But that's okay, because I need to be inside working on this project. Now, what is she doing? Some of you are asking. Some of you may have figured it out already. My baby chicks are shipping tomorrow. Usually, like I said before, Murray McMurray Hatchery ships their chicks on Monday. I'm assuming they are not going out today because of the Memorial Day holiday, so they'll go out tomorrow, which means they'll be at my post office on Wednesday morning, and I need to have everything set up and ready for them when they get here on Wednesday. So the first thing I need to do is make brooders for them. There's too many chicks. I've got 20 coming. And there's too many of them for me to put in one of these totes, but I think if I do 2, I will have enough space. Now, what I'm doing with these are the lids for the totes, and I'm cutting out the inside of the lid, and I've got wire mesh that I'm just going to zip tie in here to make an open lid that'll get plenty of ventilation. I'll be able to look in and see what's going on with them without having to open the whole box up. It'll keep the cats out. The cats I'm going to try and keep out of that room anyway, but this is just a second line of protection. And if I was using them, I could hang a heat lamp and the heat would be able to go in through the wire mesh to keep the chicks warm. I am not using a heat lamp this year. I think as late as it is, it's plenty warm enough. And there's always with those the risk of fire. And I've had enough fire in the last year or two to really not want to risk that here. So right now I'm just cleaning up the edges. I didn't have blades for my jigsaw, so I had to use my reciprocating saw, which worked okay, except I think this is a different kind of plastic. So instead of cutting it, it just shattered it. So I'm going at it and trying to clean the edges up with my knife, but that is just cracking really easily here as well. So I'm concerned. If I can make it work, it'll be great, because then this one's out of the way and I won't be using it for anything else. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get these edges clean. More importantly, I need to drill holes in the sides of this to attach the wire mesh. And I'm really not sure if the drill is going to go through the plastic or just shatter it. So let's take a look and see what happens. All right, that worked great. My only problem was the first time I tried to drill one, I did it on the back of one of these peg things, so it was blocking the drill bit from going through. But it went through fine without any shattering, so I guess I'm just going to spend the next hour carving out all this plastic. there's one lid done. I put a ton of holes in. I clipped out the corners of the wire mesh. This worked out really well because that wire mesh was exactly the right length, so I just had to cut the width. So that made that a lot easier. This was the easier one. The other one that I still have to do is the one that shattered a lot. So let's cross our fingers and hope that it will not do that while we're putting this one together. All but set up. I drilled holes in the back to run the power cords for the brooder heaters through. I'm still trying to decide. I've seen people cut holes in the sides and connect them with a bucket that has the ends cut off so it makes like a tube. I've got one day to decide if I want to do that or not. It would give them a little more space, but I don't know if I have the time because I don't have the materials. So I'd have to run out and get duct tape tomorrow. And I don't know if I can get it done that fast. But at least it's all set. I have the pine shavings in the car, so I'll put those in. I'll bring the brooder warmer up tomorrow. And then it's just waiting for the birds to show up. So this... It's kind of small, so it's a short-ish term solution. It should last at least a week, hopefully 2. After 2, it's warm enough that as long as it's not getting cold at night, I should be able to move them out to the coop. Maybe not let them out of the coop, and I could even run an extension cord and put one of the brooder heaters out there to give them some extra warmth if they need it. But it's been in the high 50s every night most of this week, so I'm not too worried about it being too cold. But that's it for Memorial Day. That was a lot of work today, and I'm pooped. But I've got a casserole in the oven, and I think I'm just gonna clean this mess up and put my feet up and watch something. Bridgerton, the second half of Bridgerton doesn't come out for another 2 weeks, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna watch. But I hope you will come back tomorrow and see what happens next. Sometime in the next couple of days, it's going to involve chickens. This guy's going to love that. Take care, everybody. I'll see you next time.